Now just to find the game. Forged Soul, best of luck. Alright, he leads with the Tower Vanguard. That's pretty funny. We can play Poison Coil or Steelskin Spelunker alongside Nexus Overwatch. I think I'm going to level Spelunker. Poison Coil is pretty good. Obviously, it could be a little bit awkward here if he just starts to give this card armor and we're just poisoning it at the same time. I don't know. We've got a lot of poison in this deck. We've got, what, 3 or 4 Venom Fangs? 3 Venom Fangs. That's a little bit annoying. And where's that going to go? It's probably going to pump itself. No, it's going to pump the Tower Vanguard. Right. Okay. So, we could just Swamp Moss it. That's not the craziest thing in the world. Do we just do that? Is that just the safest play? Just Swamp Moss it, Technosmith the Torrent Soldier, poison this creature, we're ahead on board, we've leveled more cards. Okay. Let's just be ahead on board and level more cards than our opponent. Let's not do anything too crazy now. The point of this deck really is to just play consistent, use Nexus Overwatch, and do what we need to do. Shardplate Graft is probably better if we power level it. Yeah, and these Matrix Wardens don't need to be power leveled. Bulwark Battalion, though. Eek. Bulwark Battalion is kind of like, hey, put a Matrix Warden in front of me. At the same time, I've got so many Matrix Warden-esque cards here that I probably don't need to. Still want to play Nexus Overwatch. You know, the Scythian Experimentation and the Shardplate Graft both really aren't that good here. I wouldn't mind the armor landing on the Overwatch. Wait, this is 5 armor? Never mind, this card's still good. Yeah, but it doesn't really need to be leveled, right? I guess it doesn't need to be leveled. And we don't have a great spot for it because my opponent can just Bulwark Battalion me. We could just play a Venom Fang here and wait. We're going to draw 1 or 2 Venom Fangs this turn. Never mind. But we did still draw a Matrix Warden. I guess I'm glad I made that play here. Now I can play Technosmith, Grove Matriarch or something alongside the Steelskin Spelunker. So I'm glad I made that play. Alrighty, my Technosmith can finish off that Pterodon Mauler, and everything else is going to trade. Reasonable. So let's just clean up the field here. Let's go Technosmith, level Spelunker, and then Matrix Warden on the Ordnance Captain. So now we've traded even with my opponent across the entire player level, except I've leveled like Shardplate Graft and Nexus Core. That would be a cute one. You still need a way to make it lose Defender, so you've got to like wipe it clean or something at the end of the day. We've leveled a lot more cards over our opponent here. They are going to get to keep this around, which is a little bit awkward. And the fact that it's an 8-1 means that I don't really want to mess with it. I'm just going to make a big Matrix Warden in the center lane, I think. We have 2 Nexus Overwatches and they've got none. So that's a little bit awkward. Or, I'm sorry, they've got 1. They've got 1. But it's not that awkward. We can Venom Fang the Torrent Soldier and then like Matrix Warden something else. That seems good. We could also Venom Fang the Pterodon Mauler and then Scythian Experiment, hope to get the +5 attack on the Venom Fang. That seems a little risky, though If we could get the armor on the Matrix Warden, that would be quite insane. Do we have anything to Soothsay? We do have an Aegis Conscripts to Soothsayer. However, that leaves us without dealing with our opponent's Torrent Soldier. So, don't love that. They're going to negatively battle there. A chump block while leveling up a card. And do they have anything else? Nope, they just have a place for us to pump our Matrix Warden. So that's pretty much exactly how I wanted this turn to line up. We use Matrix Warden, turn the negative battle into a trade, and then Venom Fang and Poison here. We're pretty much ahead on board. We just have to take 8 more points of damage. And this thing's also going to die, but it is going to get either a level 1 or potentially even a level 2 card from our opponents. Haven't drawn any Technosmiths this player level, and we didn't play the one Nexus Overwatch that we drew, but Technosmiths aren't too shabby. Alright, we get a Swamp Moss Lurker. My opponent's just deciding to level up a creature that's going to be a viable underdrop for him. Next turn, I'm just going to volunteer to take a little bit more damage here as we Spore Torrent this and Spelunk it up. Alright, we've got a Shard Plate Graft and we've got a potential Graft target. Whichever, if my opponent doesn't block either one of these creatures, it's getting grafted. We are on the draw. Right, yeah, Metadactyr Adactyr would be the card that we would want to be able to put like a Shard Plate Graft on our Poison Coil or something like that. But Shard Plate Graft is decently neat. Looks like they're setting up for an Aegis Conscripts draw. They have it. Two different options here. These are going to trade unless I do anything. So I might just want to Shard Plate Graft here. I think I'm also going to chump block this guy for right now. I also don't have to Shard Plate Graft, but I think I want to. Do we need something with 8? Attack. 8 attack isn't that much. Could just Shard Plate Graft my center lane dude. That means it's 16 attack. It's pretty likely to grow again. And then I'm going like Venom Fang, poison this. Not leveling my Technosmith. That seems a little bit risky. It's going to leave me with not that leveled of a deck. Still going to have some leveled cards, a bunch of Steelskin Spelunkers, so those are good. Alright, I think I'm going to go for it. I don't actually think I have to block the Tower Vanguard, though. No, I guess I do if I want to leave myself the opportunity to draw a Torrent Soldier or a Steelskin Spelunker to take it down. Yeah, I actually definitely want to block this here. Alrighty. I'm not locked into Shard Plate Graft here still. I could still just play Technosmith. But I'm going to play Shard Plate Graft. Alright, I didn't draw a level 3 creature for this yet. But I'll just take some damage in the meantime while I do, and looks like they've got an answer for... Alright, they're going to positive battle this, or they're going to trade... Oh my gosh, they're going to positive battle my center lane dude. That's really unlucky. I probably want to play a Sonic Pulse here. Poison Coil positive battles, or this positive battle is my Poison Coil. I guess Poison Coil's just got to go here, and I've got to hope to draw a Steelskin Spelunker stat. You know what? Matrix Warden can trade with you Pterodon Mauler, as can Venom Fang, and Torrent Soldier can actually do a lot of work, especially alongside a Poison Coil here. My opponent's going to get to eat this for free. Oh, they're going to Ursine Strength and Grove Huntress? Or just Ursine Strength to make it a positive, or a trade. Or it's not a trade, it is a positive battle right now. They don't have to do anything else, but I would think there's a chance they might pump it again so that I don't get to get an activation out of it. An activation seems like it could help me get back into the game. My life total is also low. I'm taking 20 here, dropping to 27. Alright, they do have another Ursine Strength. Believe it or not, this isn't the worst thing that could have happened this turn. So how can we do this? What's the best way that we can do this all? 4 poison, and how much poison does this give? Also 4 poison. So we've got 2 ticks of 4 poison. Also have Matrix Warden. Could I also... No, there's no crazy play I can make where I leave one of these 2 creatures up, because 14 plus 14 is 28, so that'll kill me. So I have to just let the Tower Vanguard hit me, in which case we're going to put 4 poison on Tower Vanguard and clear both of these 2 creatures. I have both of my Nexus Overwatches here, but I also have 2 Steelskin Spelunkers. So I'm going to leave the center lane open. I'm going to play Torrent Soldier. I'm going to poison this. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Okay, no, maybe this is what I had to do anyways. Maybe this was actually my only play. Oh yeah, this might have actually been my only play even. Okay, Matrix Warden or Venom Fang, they're both the same. I think I almost made a mistake there. I almost blocked and poisoned this. For some reason, I thought I could kill both of these creatures, keep my Torrent Soldier alive, and poison this. But no, I think this was my only play. Go Venom Fang. Poison here. So I'm going to take 6 plus 6, and I'm going to need Venom Fang, Swamp Moss Lurker, and Matrix Warden to somehow get me back into this game. Don't think this is super likely, especially without drawing my Steelskin Spelunkers. I got a little bit tricky on the cards that I decided to level, but... Alright, so they're just going to kill off my Spelunker. Looks like they pretty much missed, though. They drew a hand of all level 1 cards, it looks like. Because if they had any level 2 cards, like, they can just play something here, give it 6 armor, and just completely shake off that damage. Oh. Well, they just decided not to, but they could have. So now I think I go Venom Fang, poison this. Venom Fang will positive battle this. It'll take this out, and then I play a Matrix Warden to... Matrix Warden pumping itself. Well, if I'm going to play a Matrix Warden pumping itself, I might as well have the Matrix Warden pump the Venom Fang. I think if I poisoned the Bulwark, I couldn't clear both of these creatures, because the Bulwark had 15 toughness. So if I had gone like Venom Fang, Poison Bulwark, it would have survived, or the Pterodon Mauler would have survived and killed me. I could have been misunderstanding that though too. I think the best play is Venom Fang, Poison Venom Fang, and then Matrix Warden pump Venom Fang in 5. Alright, there's a Shard Plate Graft, a Steelskin Spelunker, and some other cards. My opponent... no, they can't really get away with playing 2 open lane creatures, because if I can answer their 2 open lane creatures, then I'm in a decent position. I don't think I'm going to be able to Shard Plate Graft anytime soon, unfortunately. And Shard Plate Graft is really strong now. It's +6/+6, and then an additional +6/+6 on each of my turns. So it probably translates into +18/+18 if you can put it on a non-active level 3 creature. Which we know that's strong. Maybe I will get an out to it here. Oh, okay, the poison isn't relevant. That's close. I might Spelunk and Shard Plate Graft. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna Spelunk and Shard Plate Graft. I could Technosmith here, which would put another level 3 creature in my deck. But I think that this is strong enough that it's going to buy me a lot here. So, on my turn, this is going to have 16 toughness again, which means my opponent's going to have like an insane level 3 creature. We can also, if they just try to grow wide and ignore what we're doing, we've got Torrent Soldier and Spore Torrent and Torrent Soldier, so we get to distribute 8 poison. We could even make that a total of 10 poison with Venom Fang. What's up, Clary? The game's still online, so... Electronet! Oh, that's brutal. Electronet is just enough. Wait, no, it's not. We're still going to positive battle. Electronet just means that he gets to chump block this for 2 turns, but how crazy is that? Electronet is still a positive battle, and he missed. He missed on 4.1. Yeah, we gained +16/+16. So now we go Torrent Soldier. We Spelunk our Torrent Soldier. So now we've got a huge monster. And we kill this with poison. Yeah, dude. Steel Plate Graft. How good is Steel Plate Graft, dude? And now we're in control of the game. We're at 15 against an Aloyan Utera deck, but we didn't miss that turn. So now we've got a 14/20 that my opponent is going to need a good level 3 card. Then we've got a 21/2, which my opponent can trade off with anything or with poison. Wait, no. Not with poison. Right? No, this would need to get 8 poison on it, which means they would need 2 Spore Torrents. That doesn't seem super likely. They do have 3 Spore Torrents in their deck if you count their Torrent Soldier. Alright, they're going Aegis Conscripts, pumping itself. That's a good start for us. That's kind of curious, though, because Aegis Conscripts could have traded with this. And they're just going to put some poison on Steelskin Spelunker. Alright, they're going to put poison on Steelskin Spelunker to make that into a positive battle, and they're going to negate the armor that my Torrent Soldier has. Alright, so my armor's gone. Let's see, what happens if we battle here? I think I go Matrix Warden on this, Venom Fang on this, and then we battle. That's enough to clear it, right? Or is it? Wait, is that not enough to clear it? It takes 14 damage, goes down to 10. Oh, no. Well, I don't want to Matrix Ward in this. I want to put damage in them. Alright, I think I just have to trade my Venom Fang off for this. It's super annoying, but I want to push through 10 more points of damage. It's 24 damage. We're losing our footing here a little bit this turn. And we've already played our Torrent Soldier for this player level. And we just have to replace this and poison here. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I just don't want to lose to something dumb. Our opponent will probably block here and here, and we'll put a Shard Plate Graft on our Matrix Warden. Alright, that's a trade. And do they have a... Yeah, they've got a negative battle for the Matrix Warden. So we'll go Shard Plate Graft. That'll leave it with... Is that better? No, let's just play a Technosmith and Shard Plate Graft it, right? Yeah, it seems better. Alright, Technosmith. Level Technosmith. Shard Plate Graft. That gives us a 21-20. So that's going to need to get blocked twice. And then we also have a Steelskin Spelunker for it, a Swamp Moss Lurker to clean up whatever else he plays, a Sightbeam Experimentation if we want to go super big, and a Spore Torrent to clean up the rest of what's going on. I like it. I like it. This... Okay, they're going to poison my guy. So that's not great. But we do still positive battle this. We just need to experiment so that it doesn't die to poison on their turn. Yeah, I think I want to... Oh, no. I'm going to Steelskin Spelunk it. So do I need to experiment? The more armor is probably the better, right? Yeah, let's experiment. Let's get Spelunky. That'll shake off a lot of this damage here. And I'll Spore Torrent here. So now I only take a few more points of damage. Let's see. This is 16 health still. 16 health is pretty likely to stick around. Aegis Wings is probably not lethal. Ursine's Strength is really good. It means that we've got to come up with a few more points of damage. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have an Aegis Wings anytime soon. Your Pterodon Mauler is a pretty good answer there. We can't afford to take 23, unfortunately. So if we're not taking 23, what are we doing? I think I want to level more Spore Torrents into the deck. And what do I want to do other than that? Do I want to level up a Swamp Moss Lurker? I don't know about that. Do I want to play a Poison Coil? I don't know about that. That's a pretty crazy battle right here. Poison Coil seems so risky. I'm just debating if I want to active Poison Coil right now, and what does that give me? I'm gonna go for it, I think. It seems sweet, if nothing else. Let's go Torrent Soldier. We'll just play our Spore Torrents. And then I'm gonna play a Poison Coil, not center lane. Alright, we drew Venom Fang. That's what makes this Poison Coil so insane, is that a Venom Fang draw means that I now get to give something 11 poison. 11 poison is a lot of poison. My opponent does have Ursine Strengths in their deck, but they can't just proactively Ursine Strength. Damn, that's annoying. I forgot about all the poison that my opponent had. It's pretty punishing. Technosmith gets to block here, though, pretty much for free. I'll just level Nexus Overwatch. I know it's not a great card, but we can potentially make something happen out of it. Then I'm going to put a bunch of poison on Torrent Soldier. Maybe could have put Venom Fang in the center lane there. Might have been a little bit of a miscalculation, but yeah, it looks like I'm kind of punished for that. Ursine Strengths are pretty good now. They let you get positive battles. don't really need to be leveling more cards, but... we are going to get to a point in this game, I think, where... I mean, my opponent can still get unlucky. There's going to be a lot of Spore Torrents floating around here soon, too. I really wish I'd center laned this. That's pretty punishing. In my mind, I was thinking, like, alright, Venom Fang isn't that strong of a creature. Maybe I don't need to center lane it. But, looks like I got decently punished. And now my opponent's going to dodge because they know that they can take a bunch of damage here. So I'm even more punished for not having this guy center lane. Well, we can just Spore Torrent this. We can actually take a hit from Venom Fang, but at this point in the game, I really don't want to risk that. So I think I will just smack my opponent for 28. Sounds reasonable. It puts him down to 11, and it means that if we ever get initiative... So I would be going Matrix Warden on here, pumping this. Yeah, I don't want to just take 14. I was kidding there. That's a little too risky for me. Let's just go like this. I'll Steelskin Spelunker, which would have been huge. Spelunker would have been huge if I had center lane that Venom Fang, but we put him down to 15. Means a lot of what we can do is lethal here. Technosmith level Sypian Aug, which is pretty good, and then Venom Fang can probably finish off whatever my opponent blocks with in 5. We've got my opponent now at a point where they can't really afford to play setup creatures. Alright, if my center lane's open, I'm throwing something center lane now. That's my new rule. Ironbound Reinforcements is going to take out Venom Fang. What is the... yeah, Ursine Strength. So it gives plus 13, plus 13. So Ursine Strength 3 on Ironbound Reinforcements is lethal. I'll just block his creatures. We've got good blocks here, so no sense messing around with anything too crazy now. The Ironbound Reinforcements in the deck is going to make more good plays for my opponents available in the future. But maybe Venom Fang can just steal us this game here. Can't really afford to take another hit. That's going to pump its... no, it's not going to pump itself. It's going to pump this and then turn that into a positive battle. Well, that's a pretty good turn for my opponent with level 1 cards. However, Venom Fang, like, we can afford to take some damage here. Do we want to have ourselves die to Ursine Strength? I think I do. I think me putting a creature in the center lane is worth it, right? At the same time, we can clear their whole board. So this is really the question. Do we think that my opponent has the level 3 Ursine Strength to hit us for exactly lethal? I think I'm just going to clear the board. But I don't love it. Yeah. I mean, we have leveled more cards than our opponent. Alright. Our opponent's not going to get to stick anything on the battlefield now. We've got 12 poison. Maybe this was the right play. Now we've got 12 poison to throw at them. So we're just going to be able to open lane 2 creatures. Yeah, I guess they missed, right? We just shouldn't do anything crazy. I don't know what I'm thinking, because... Right, like, I can make a crazy play that potentially lets me have a slightly better board position with Venom Fang, but my opponent just missed there. Like, they just had a 6.1 where they played 2 level 1 creatures. So, they had the level 2 Ursine Strength. That would not quite have been lethal. That's just going to be a chump block there. That's going to get Spore Torrented. Okay, well, so now we get to play 2... active creatures. It doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. We just go Torrent Soldier, Spore Torrent. How many do we need to play? We only need to play 2, right? We'll keep it a secret so our opponent doesn't know how many Spore Torrents are still in our deck here. And we'll go Technosmith, leveling Aegis Conscripts. We do have to be a little bit careful about playing blocks that leave us open to Ordnance Captain. But we've got a Sapient Experimentation here, a Sonic Pulse for -6. Sapient Experimentation could potentially make Torrent Soldier lethal. It's probably worth going for. It's already a chump block, though. Maybe we don't need to mess... Oh, he could just have Spore Torrents. Yeah, there's so many Spore Torrents right now, it's insane. Both of our decks are just filled with Spore Torrents. How many more do I have in my deck? I've got 2 in my deck, 3 in my discard pile right now. That's crazy. Alright, and there's the Ordnance Captain. Well, all B. That is certainly a miss. I think here I just need to grow wide. We haven't seen much in the way of grow wide. I've tried growing tall, but our grow tall plans aren't even that great here. So I think I just play... I could even play Poison Coil as my grow wide. Because my opponent's probably going to block with, like... Pterodon Mauler. That's the problem. But then I've got Venom Fang and Wirewood Ranger. Right, so that's... It's lethal. It's lethal. Yeah, Grow Tall isn't great against Mass Poison. But I just have lethal. He can block... Oh, I don't have lethal because he... Oh, and I didn't put something center lane. I don't know why I was thinking this was lethal. I was thinking this guy was going to stick around, but he's not going to stick around if I don't experiment him. And the experiment could have just totally failed. So, wasn't super worth going for. Bulwark Battalion dies to Spore Torrent, that's fine. And... this dies to a pump up. So we're going to pump here. We're going to smack my opponent for 5 down to 10. And I'm going to play 2 level, like, 2.5 creatures. Grove Matriarch's honestly probably pretty good here. We get our opponent down to 10. Maybe I shouldn't have even played Poison Coil. I should have just gone for the reliable damage push. This is a pretty crazy hand. 7.1. Alright, Spore Torrent on the Snake. Keep forgetting about that. Our Poison Coil is not going to stick around very long. But we are going to get to deal with our opponent's cards here. We'll give this a shit ton of poison. Huh. I've got a total of 12 poison I can dish out. This hand's bad. Sonic Pulse isn't going to do anything, right? Yeah, -6 attack. Alright. So let's see where a battle gets us. So this guy's got 10. So it dies to Venom Fang. Right. Yeah, I think I just have to continue to play around pump spells. Wait, I can throw out Poison Coil as a chump blocker instead of Venom Fang. Right? Yeah, this is 10. Yeah. Alright, so I go 12 poison here. Poison Coil chump block. This gives me a lethal center lane creature. I'm still going to have Venom Fang sticking around here. But it gives me a lethal center lane creature, technically. Even though it's not super likely to stick around. So here we can see, like, Spore or Torrent Soldier is, like, doing a considerable amount of work over a Venom Fang here. Just putting all of these Spore Torrents in the deck is pretty insane. But both my deck and my opponent's deck, let's see, I played 2 Spore Torrents, there's the third, and there's effectively 3 more in the deck. We've both played our Torrent Soldier, I think, every level. Yeah, both me and my opponent just neglecting to play finishers. But if I do this enough, eventually I will draw an Aegis Wings. And if I can ever draw the Aegis Wings, then I just win, right? So eventually, playing exactly like this will win me the game. What a crazy game. Alright, my opponent starts running down his clock. Forge Stole pretty much has used all of his, or hasn't used any of the time off of his own clock here. He's debating how does he want to kill the Venom Fang. He's going to go Aegis Conscripts. Does that save this? 2 armor. It does if he's got another Aegis Conscripts. Alright, he's going to take it out with a... Oh yeah, all the mouse overs show different cards in the log and stuff. Like, watch, yeah. You Pterodon Mauler. You Pterodon Mauler. Matrix Warden, yeah, they're all a little buggy. Sometimes they show a completely different third card if you click on it. The longer you have the game open for, the more random cards you see as you play. I can give this enough poison to kill it, so I guess we'll do that. I can give it 4. Wow. I can give it enough poison with just these 2. So I guess I don't have to play this Spore Torrent, which again is like negligible, but still worth doing. Just double checking my mathematics here. Alright, we're going to clear that off. We're going to trade in the center lane, and then I'm going to play Technosmith, leveling up Wirewood Ranger, and then we're done with the turn. Alrighty, Matrix Warden, we got the Aegis Wings. We have Matrix Warden's Aegis Wings. That's lethal. That's lethal, baby. Wow. Matrix Warden, Aegis Wings. There's no way my opponent can deal with that other than a Phytobomb, which I don't think he has access to. Forged Soul, this was a crazy game, and this is the reason that we play Solforge. So thank you very much for sticking it out and letting us play here. He could wipe my board with poison. He could have had a whole bunch of Torrent Spores. That's right. I shouldn't get too excited just yet, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Matrix Warden's going to pump up my Technosmith. Aegis Wing is going to give it mobility, and then I can move over and finish my opponent off. Torrent Soul, great games, my friend. Great games. That was truly wonderful. Yeah, all he needed was 5 torrents. Though it was possible. We both did have 5 Spore Torrents in our deck. And if he had stuff like Venom Fangs and Spore Torrents, there was a small chance. Yeah, there you go. I played a level 1 card on level 7.2 for lethal. But that's why, that's why I picked up the Aegis Wings. What a crazy game. And you know what? That is definitely going to be a highlight video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. That was Solforge. And honestly, I don't even feel like I need to complete this draft. I feel like that was enough Solforge for me. That was so good. But thank you guys for watching. You can catch me live on twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven.